Okay, let's look at Tahir Ali, MP for Birmingham, where they've got all their bin problems. Let's have a look at his expenses, shall we? See if he's helping with them bins. Let's look at 24-25. Oh, here we go. £191,000 in staffing. Look at that. How much of that was helping with all the bin crisis that's going on? I know it's the council, but he's your MP. He could be doing something. Yeah, so there you go, £191,000 in staffing. That's for people that we have to pay for to do the job that you thought you paid him, what will now be a £98,000 salary in April. So remember that. In April, he gets £98,000 a year, but we have to pay £191,000 for his staff costs. Then let's have a look. We also have to pay for his office, £28,000 for his office. We have to pay his business rates, landline, rent, 10 grand a year, utilities, 7.5 grand a year. Utilities for an office, that's a bit excessive. 400, what on earth is this? I've never seen such high amounts for a single year. That doesn't make a lot of sense. 7.5 grand for utilities. There's something very odd about that. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, maintenance, redecoration, repair. So we've paid 800 quid for decorating his office. Yeah, there you go. And if you run a business, you have to pay your own business rates. Not if you're an MP. Not if you're an MP. We pay for his business rates. What about his travel? Yeah, we pay for that as well. 8,300 quid for rail travel. Remember, this is all in 1 year. We have to pay 120 quid for congestion charge and tolls. £4,100 for his mileage in a car. 435 quid for other public transport. What's that then? No idea. Aggregated. £47 for dependent travel. So apparently somewhere along the lines, despite his 100 grand salary, we've had to pay 47 quid for his dependent to travel somewhere on a train. So we've bought a ticket for one of his dependents. What a joke. Accommodation, £32,000. We paid for his accommodation. So if you're in Birmingham and you're struggling, don't worry, because your tax money is going to pay for your MP to have a second home. This will probably be in London. So he paid 32 grand for his accommodation. That's council tax 1,500 quid, £29,000 for his rent. And of course, we pay for his utility bills. So council tax, rent and utilities paid for by us. His rent 29,382. That's quite a lot, isn't it? Let's have a little look. I just aggregated. It's not again going to show us the monthly amount. Yeah, right. And then let's have a look at his register of interest. Let's see what donations he's been given. So, visit outside the UK. So, your Birmingham MP went to the Royal Embassy of Saudi Arabia at a trip that cost £9,300, flight £6,800, accommodation £1,580, meals £900. The donor was the Chamber of Commerce in Turkey. So, apparently, the Turkish paid for a Birmingham MP to go to Saudi Arabia. Who knows why that is, eh? Amount of the probable value 1,400. Not sure what that means. Accommodation 4 nights. Oh, sorry, I've jumped onto a second one here. So yeah, that was all Saudi Arabia at the top. The second one is the Turkish Commerce paid for 4 nights in Medina. Again, why is a Birmingham MP? It doesn't make any sense. Let me just double check this. So no, sorry, it was 2 donors. So the Royal Embassy of Saudi Arabia has paid 9,300 for his flights, accommodation, meals, and then secondly, it says another 1,400 quid for an extra 4 nights accommodation from the Turkish Chamber of Commerce, which appears to be all for the same trips. Delegation of MPs to meet several Saudi ministers, royal family, in relation to defence, tourism, education. I'm sorry, this man is a Birmingham MP. What is he doing in Saudi Arabia doing this? He needs to do his job in Birmingham. Right, here's the next one. So Taiwanese Ministry of Foreign Affairs paid 6,700 quid for him to go to Taiwan a Labour Friends of Taiwan delegation to meet with politicians and academics. This person should be doing their job in Birmingham, and he's flying around the world to go to Saudi Arabia and Taiwan for no apparent reason. Goodness me. The Omani British Lawyers Association, Oman, £7,300 donation to meet senior Omani officials, including parliamentarians. Strategic briefings by the British ambassador. Again, why? Why is the Birmingham MP going out and doing all this? It's just bizarre, isn't it, when you see all this? Unpaid director of his own campaign company, and an engineer, Royal Mail, on unpaid leave since the 13th of December. Well, that's a very odd thing if ever I've seen it. So he's apparently works for Royal Mail and it's been unpaid leave since 13th of December. Maybe that's finished in April 2020. Wow. So there you go. Saudi Arabia, Oman and Taiwan your MP's been off to. All whilst getting his 100 grand salary and his staff, and let's just remind ourselves here that you pay for, and his massive utility bill, which I still don't understand, but his staff, you paid £191,000 for his staff to do the job that you thought he was doing while he's in Taiwan and in other places. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed that little delve into this MP's expenses.